Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole flock of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, the Most High, the Heavenly Father. His Hebrew name is Yahweh, not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahai, not Allah, not Abba, not Yahuwah, not Hashem, not Yahweh, Haveh, Vaveh. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua, not Yahusha, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos. It's Yahweh Shah. So we got to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rikah Qudash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishop and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether accepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all that can believe in this truth and pushing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the whole elect. Shalom to the art walker who are listening learning. If you sisters who are listening learning. The Messiah from GMS Orlando Camp, Prophet of Doom, coming at you another lesson in true facts, faith, and edification, our data edification, Lord, always be edified. And I titled this lesson, Human Resources Will No Longer Be Needed. And the human resources are the people. That's what human resources mean, the people. And shalom to the Akim not walk tuning in. Yeah, by Shemal Shai Barak Thumb. So first off, it's a which I'm sure they probably gonna give you the correct definition, but it's a human resources, the personnel of a business or organization, which personnel is the people, especially when regarded as significant asset. So it got AI overview say human resources is a department within the organization responsible for managing the entire employee life cycle from recruitment to overboarding. It acts as the bridge between management and staff, handling recruitment, payroll, benefits, training, compliance, and employee relations to foster a productive workplace. So you got key functions of human resources: talent acquisitions and hiring, attracting, interviewing, and hiring the best candidates. So I just want to hit this because it said HR enables employee to do their best work. So they're going into human resources is the people. So I saw this video and I want it's on a 17-minute video and I want to make some points on this. So first off, this is our copyright disclaimer on the Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing non-profit educational personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use. This is for educational purposes only. This is not for monetary gain. I do not own the copyright to this video. This is for educational purposes only. Lord willing, it be edifying. So let me pull this up here. Esau, which is the Lord doing it, is eliminating the human resources, which is the people. That's what human resource is. So I saw this clip a little while ago, and I was like, man, I got to hit this. I listened to it. So Lord wants to be edifying. Check this out. We already know this because the Lord say, matter of fact, let me read let's read Hosea 4. Let's read that first. So this is Hosea chapter 4 and verse 1. Now, first, this applied to the Israelites, but now it applies to those that's in rulership. Hosea 4 and 1, hear the word of Yahweh. You can read Isaiah 24 to prove, to back up what I just said, dealing with it applied to Israel first, but now it applies to these Idumeans, the self-proclaimed so-called white man, because they in power. Isaiah 24 said, the Lord turned the earth upside down and make it empty. When you read verse 2, it said, as the servant, so with the master, as with the borrower, so with the lender, as with the maid, so with the mistress. So this is Hosea 4:1. Hear the word of Yahweh, ye children of Israel. For Yahweh have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. Why? Because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. Now, when you read in Psalm 55, King David said, ain't nothing but wickedness in the city, to back this point up, because they were talking about the Israelites. Matter of fact, let me go over that real quick. But now it's applied to the so-called white man. But on Psalms 55, verse 9, it reads, destroy, O Lord, and divide their tongues, for I have seen violence and strife in the city. Day and night they go about it upon the walls thereof. Mischief also and sorrow are in the midst of it. Wickedness is in the midst thereof. Deceit in God depart not from her streets. For it was not an enemy that reproached me, then I could have borne it. Neither was it he that hated me, that did magnify himself against me, then I would have hid myself from him. But it was thou, a man, my equal, my God, and my acquaintance. We took sweet counsel together and walked unto the house of God in company. So this Hosea 4:1 talking about wicked Israelites, man. And we all fell away because of it. So back in Hosea 4, again, it reads, hear the word of Yahweh, you children of Israel, for Yahweh have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out in blood, touching blood. Here's the point. Therefore shall the land mourn. And now, as I was making the point last night, since the so-called white man being in rulership of the earth has never had rest. Therefore shall the land mourn, and every one that dwelleth therein shall languish. So as the people going to languish with the beasts of the field, which we see happening, they're taking away the cattle, they're destroying the fish, the fowls. It say, with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven, yeah, the fish of the sea shall also be taken. But the Lord said, and everyone that dwell therein shall languish with the animals. So human resources will be no longer needed. So let's play this. Did I remove the video? Hold on. So like you. Let me go back and pull this back up. I didn't know I moved it. Bear with me for a moment. Yeah, Esau ass, man. He's some crafty bastards. And here it is, the Shedemite, finna, which we already know, but she finna go right into it. Yeah, glitched out for a second. I'm bite. Sheesh. All right. All right, here we go. Man, I did it again. What the fudge, man?
In January, 3,000 of the world's most powerful people flew to a Swiss mountain resort town. They weren't discussing your future. They were deciding what to do with you when you are no longer economically useful. Because here's what they know that you don't. 627 tech workers are losing their jobs to AI every single day right now. Microsoft cut 15,000, Amazon 14,000, Salesforce 4,000 human beings, all citing AI as the reason.
In that scenario,
yeah, I mean, there's nothing's perfect, but it is a necessary. Like, you can't have both. You can't have work that has to be done and amazing abundance for all.
And while they're distracting you by throwing something huge at you, what seems like every single freaking week, they are building something else entirely. Central banks just put $4.5 trillion into gold, more than they hold in all US government debt combined. For the first time in modern history, they're preparing for the collapse. Are you? China made their digital currency pay interest on January 1st. America banned ours because people in America don't trust our government for good reason. When programmable money goes global, that means money will have. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you 3 things. 1, why the new 170 million new jobs coming out of Davos is a lie, and what will really happen to those workers over the next 3 to 10 years. 2, the 3 scenarios that they're planning for billions of economically irrelevant people. 3, the control system they're building right now, IDs, surveillance, while you're distracted by endless headlines. This is Geopolitics and Money. Stop believing what they tell you. Start watching what they're building. The World Economic Forum says that, my friends, is a lie. Here's why. AI scales infinitely without adding humans. You need 100 customer
See, now I'm getting fucking mad.
service reps to handle 10,000 calls. You need 1 ChatGPT to handle 10 million calls. 0 additional workers. That's the entire point of automation. 1 AI engineer can replace an entire department. And now AI is replacing the AI engineers.
Hold on, Salakia. I gotta run this back.
In January, 3,000 of the world's most powerful people flew to a Swiss mountain resort town. They weren't discussing your future. They were deciding what to do with you when you are no longer economically useful. Because here's what they know that you don't. 627 tech workers are losing their jobs to AI every single day right now. Microsoft cut 15,000, Amazon 14,000, Salesforce 4,000 human beings, all citing AI as the reason.
In that scenario.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's perfect, but it is a necessary. Like, you can't have both. You can't have work that has to be done, and amazing abundance for all.
And while they're distracting you by throwing something huge at you, what seems like entirely. Central banks just put $4.5 trillion into gold, more than they hold in all US government debt combined. For the first time in modern history, they're preparing for the collapse. Are you? China made their digital currency pay interest on January 1st. America banned ours because people in America don't trust our government for good reason. When programmable money goes global, that means money will have expiration dates, spending restrictions, and kill switches. My name is Elizabeth Ann Stewart, and in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you 3 things. 1, why the new 170 million new jobs coming out of Davos is a lie, and what will really happen to those workers over the next 3 to 10 years. 2, the 3 scenarios that they're planning for billions of economically irrelevant people. 3, the control system they're building right now, programmable money, digital IDs, surveillance, while you're distracted by endless headlines. This is Geopolitics and Money. Stop believing what they tell you. Start watching what they're building. The World Economic Forum says 170 million new jobs will be created by 2030. That, my friends, is a lie. Here's why. AI scales infinitely without adding humans. You need 100 customer service reps to handle 10,000 calls. You need 1 ChatGPT to handle 10 million calls. 0 additional workers. That's the entire point of automation. 1 AI engineer can replace an entire department. And now AI is replacing the AI engineers. Microsoft's CEO admitted that AI now writes 30% of their code. Salesforce CEO revealed AI completes 30 to 50% of their workload. When companies can grow revenue while cutting headcount, which is often their largest expense, when Microsoft reports $70.1 billion in revenue, up 13% while eliminating 15,000 jobs, they are never bringing those jobs back. The WEF says those 170 million new jobs will be AI engineers and big data specialists, jobs requiring master's degrees. 77% of AI jobs require advanced degrees and 18% require PhDs. But AI is already doing those jobs too. Anthropic's CEO predicts AI will eliminate half of all entry-level white-collar jobs within 5 years. So where are the 70 million jobs? They don't exist, and they know it. They just don't want you to panic. And their solution, teaching you resiliency, flexibility, and creative thinking. Soft skills, not technical skills. Translation, they're not training you for the new economy. They're training you to accept unemployment with dignity. Because here's what they know. Most people in the world are about to become economically irrelevant. So then what's the plan? If AI doesn't need billions of workers, what happens to the people? There are 3 realistic options. Option 1, which is what I think is going to happen personally, it's just my opinion, is universal basic income. At this year's Davos 2026, Elon Musk called AI the path to abundance for all. Sounds really...
You see, that's heavy because the apostles been saying that for a long time, man. That UBI, universal basic income. This is heavy. They've been saying this. So every time we hear these things from these Edomites, hey, the Lord already had it told to us.
nice, doesn't it? And proposed universal high income.
And if anybody know about their kingdom, their system, it would be the Shedemite woman. Hey, cause hey, that's why I was thinking about, man, in the kingdom, when the Lord said gonna put all these curses on our enemies, man, the women gonna be over the men. The Edomite women, all the Chinese women, the Japanese women, right? The Ishmaelite women, Arab women, the Hamite women, they're gonna be over their men, man, in the kingdom. And that's gonna be righteously done. Because they say all the curses that fell on us gonna fall on our enemies, man. The women ain't gonna respect the men, their daughters ain't gonna respect their daddies. Yeah. So if anybody know about their system, it'll be a Shedemite.
The UK is weighing UBI for workers displaced by AI already. Sounds great. Free money while the robots do the work. But here's the math. UBI for all US adults would cost $6 to $9.5 trillion annually. That's more than defense, Medicare, and Social Security combined. US national debt just hit 38 trillion. We haven't had a budget surplus since 2001. And MIT researchers point out that we're worried people who benefit from AI after the fact are going to say, well, why do we have to pay for all these people's problems? Once you're economically irrelevant and they control everything, what is their incentive to share exactly? Option 2, permanent underemployment. No UBI, just billions of people doing micro tasks for survival wages. It's kind of the gig economy forever. Most of the population is economically irrelevant and doing busy work while AI does the real value creation. 41% of employers worldwide plan to reduce workforce due to AI within the next 5 years. And that estimate seems really low. Option 3, social collapse. No redistribution, massive inequality, large portions of the workforce are simply obsolete, like horse-drawn carriage drivers were in 1920. This is what researchers call the gap between AI displacement, starting now, and any policy response that might come years later, if it comes at all. Here's what matters. They probably haven't decided yet. Which option are they going to take? They don't necessarily know, at least they're not telling us. But they are doing something while they're figuring it out. They're building the control systems they'll need to manage you, regardless of which future they choose. And that's what the rest of this video is about.
And that's those what's these centers they got? The main one they got in Memphis. For the setting up the infrastructure for the RFID micro seal, man.
Well, Trump was threatening tariffs on 8
What they call them, data centers?
NATO allies over Greenland. Yes, that actually happened. And we did a show on it here. Wherever it is, it's here. Here's what was happening in the background. The US dollar is losing its reserve status very quickly. We talk about that all the time because it's so important. The dollar's share of global reserves fell from 71% in 1999 to 57.3% in 2024. That's a 14 percentage point collapse. And here's why this matters. Every time America weaponizes the dollar, countries learn they need an alternative. Russia, as you probably know, got its $300 billion in assets frozen in 2022. Now, 30 plus countries are settling trade in Chinese yuan instead of dollars. BRICS launched the BRICS Bridge, among other platforms, to bypass the dollar-dominated SWIFT system entirely. Trump's tariff threats, threatening allies, weaponizing access to US markets, are teaching the world that dollar dependence means vulnerability to America's whims, which can change at a moment's notice. Markets crashed during Davos. The European Parliament froze the US trade deal. Investors started talking about the Sell America trade. We're watching the collapse of the American financial hegemony in real time. And Trump, whether he knows it or not, is accelerating it. So what are countries moving 2. This should terrify you. Central banks now hold more gold than US Treasuries. As of August 2025, central bank gold holdings hit $4.5 trillion worth. US Treasury holdings, $3.5 trillion. This is the first time in modern history that the world's central banks collectively hold more wealth in gold than in US government debt. Central banks added over 1,000 metric tons of gold every year for the past 3 years.
In the central banks, we know what's set up by the Rothschilds, man. Mayim Shabal and his 5 sons. All let's go back to that. So of course they're gonna hold it. Of course they got it. Allegedly.
Double the rate of the previous decade. And that's the gold we know that they bought. Gold hit a record.
See, this is what we're talking about. The apostles have been saying it for years. This is the so-called white man control the central banks. So there's a central bank everywhere, man. Throughout all Asia Minor. So when people talk Russia, listen, you know, these are all fear tactics, man. These are scare tactics to get your ass to fall in line, comply, and conform. The elites control all this. So when we see BRICS setting up their whole digital system and the allies that's joined to them, it's all leading to the RFID micro seal, man. Everybody, the Lord, man, this is about Yahweh Shema Shah, because in Revelations 3, the Lord say all the world gonna be tried. Let me read that real quick. See, it seems like everybody is separate and doing their own thing, but they ain't. Revelation 3:10 reads, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So this ain't no separatism when it comes to the monetary system. This is how the elites is playing it to make you think, oh, but it's going to wind up being this for the better for everybody. But this is how they're using this as it's a separatism. No, everybody Argentina went digital last year. So if you was in that country and they went completely digital, what you gonna do? You can't do nothing but conform and comply. So everybody going digital, what can you do? I remember the email at the plantation said, he said, we leave here today and go to the ATM and can't get no money. Who do we complain to? Nobody. You gotta fucking wait. This is what they doing. Problem, reaction, solution. And it's from the elites.
$5,600 per ounce in January of this year, not very long ago, then crashed 15% in 1 week after Trump's Fed nomination. But it's still up 57% over the past year, and analysts are forecasting $6,000 an ounce if uncertainty continues, which it kind of seems like it's going to continue. And at Davos 2026, governors from India, Turkey, and China highlighted their ongoing gold buying as a hedge against dollar weaponization. Short-sighted policies, man. They get me every time. Here's what this means. When central banks dump your currency for a 5,000-year-old metal, they're not hedging. They are preparing for collapse. 76% of central banks plan to increase gold holdings over the next 5 years. That seems like a low number. 75% plan to reduce dollar-denominated assets. The world's central banks are quietly preparing for a post-dollar system. And they're doing it with an asset that can't be printed, can't be frozen, and can't, more or less, be weaponized.
Hey, and I want to make this point. In Isaiah 24, hey, this is why, because it's only gonna be the elites and those on the bottom. Ain't no more middle, nothing. This is Isaiah 24:5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth, which is the so-called white man. The earth has not had rest since the Greeks, man. The earth has not had no rest since the Greeks, man. Since the so-called white man took over. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth. That's what the Lord told Cain. The earth will not yield its full strength to him. And they that dwell therein are desolate, the people. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. And the only one's going to be left in the end is the elect and the elites. Everybody that's gonna be annihilated, man. Wipe the fuck out. But this is the Lord, Isaiah 3, the Lord said he's taking away the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water. If you read Isaiah 3 in a different translation, the Lord said he's taking away your support. He's taking away your support, your comfort, your protection. To take away your stay and your staff, that's your protection and your comfort, your support, your foundation, which is the so-called white man. Because niggas trust in the devil. Isaiah 30 and 12, it said they trust in oppression. The Lord is removing your protection, which is the so-called white man. Either you're going to lean on your Yahweh Shema Shai, or you're going to lean on this devil, and he going to put you right down because he don't care about you. This is how they get the white peoples out, man, because people going to go hungry. But this going to cause chaos everywhere. And when you go to Isaiah 24, verse 10, it reads, the seat of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. When you go to the word confusion, it's a place of chaos. And what are they going to do? They're using order out of chaos, man. The apostle been saying this for years. They're going to use order out of chaos, man. That's that problem, reaction, solution. Your ass is going to get in line with us and take this seat here, or you're going to be outcast. All this is leading to starving motherfuckers out, man.
Gold is old technology. Here is what they're building to replace the dollar. Imagine money with an expiration date. Imagine money that can only buy government-approved items. Imagine money that turns off if you post the wrong thing online. That's not dystopian fiction. China's doing it now, and many other countries are following. I know a lot of our viewers trust the current Chinese government, and for good reason. China is well on the rise.
She said China's doing now. I'm trying to get done. It's only got 6 more minutes. And man, the precept just be hidden. They be see these Edomites, these people, all these people be talking. They be talking prophecy and don't know it. I gotta get this. And I'm gonna let it finish. Second Ezra, China been doing it, and China is the forerunner for Babylon the Great. Second Ezra 15, in verse 46, it reads, "And thou, Asia, thou art partaker of the hope of Babylon, thou art the glory of her person." Man, when you read this in the GNT, it hit way different. "But woe unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they may please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee." Now let me read this in the GNT. Man, this is 2 Ezra 15, in verse 46, it reads, "You, Asia, are to be pitied. You are doomed. You have enjoyed the splendor and glory of Babylon. You have imitated her and dressed up your daughters to look like prostitutes to please and gratify your lovers who have always lusted for you, because you have imitated that vile prostitute in everything she has done or planned." God has this to say. I will send disaster upon you. I will make you a widow and send poverty, famine, war, and epidemics to destroy your homes and bring ruin and death. Man, so we already know this, man.
But I challenge our viewers to look at history. America too was once on the rise, but what once rose is now failing. China's digital yuan became interest-bearing on January 1st, 2026.
You heard what she said? You heard what she said? I got to run this back. Hold on.
But I challenge our viewers to look at history. America too was once on the rise, but what once rose is now failing.
This is Job, man, it got me excited, man. Job 24 and 23. "Though it be given him to be in safety, whereon he resteth, the Edomites, the elites of them, America, Babylon the Great, yet his eyes are upon their ways. The Lord is watching. They are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low, back to the bases of men. As it says in Genesis 3 and 14, thus should eat all days of their life, and on your belly shall you go." So the so white man, where he go, he bring confusion, and he gonna always be the basis of men, no matter how many suits and ties they wear. "They are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low. They are taken out of the way as all other." kingdoms and cut off at the tops of the ears of corn. And when you cut off the tops of the ears of corn, you get that to the slop, get that to the hogs. And if it be not so, who will make me a liar and make my speech nothing worth?
China's digital yuan became interest-bearing on January 1st, 2026, the first central bank digital currency in the world to pay interest. Watch the video I did on it here. They have 2.25 billion digital wallets and over 2 trillion in transactions. Meanwhile, Europe is in a 2-part preparation phase for the digital euro. The Bank of England is considering a digital pound. Switzerland launched a wholesale CBDC pilot. And what about America? Trump banned CBDCs entirely on January 23rd, 2025, because people in America don't trust the US government. And for good reason. Our government for many years has proven that it is.
That's why prophecy gonna take place, which is sedition. They don't, and it's gonna be most of these Edomites, man. They got them good old boys with them guns.
Not out to take care of its people. Americans refusing a CBDC, in my opinion, is a good thing. Except here's the problem. When the rest of the world has programmable, trackable money integrated into a global system, Americans will either be forced to adopt it anyway to participate in the economy, or will be locked out entirely.
That's Revelations 13. See, they speak in prophecy and don't know it. You got when you read Revelation 13 and 15, it said that word kill is 2 definitions. That one, you would be literally killed. The other one, you're gonna be omitted. You're gonna be separated from the system. And it said he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So ain't gonna be no options. You're gonna have to take it. It's gonna be mandatory, like she just said, man. We already know this. Hey, so Yahweh Shema Shai is prepping us to become numb, iceberg when this shit take flight, Lord willing. Because it's happening. But this is that what it is called conditioned through gradualism, man. In the same way, the least is conditioning the people to take the sea hill. Hey, the Lord is conditioning the remnant to become numb. And she just said the rest of the world is doing it. It's gonna come to America, and when it get here, it's gonna be perfect. The mark of the beast system gonna be perfect when it get here. So everybody else is doing it. So when they get here, hey, it's gonna be perfect. And you know, Jake love new shit, the Apple Watch, the new trend. And like the Apostle been saying for you, they're gonna use your favorite athletes and rappers to get you to take it, just like they did the Jabberwocky, the Juice. They use Mia X and Juvenile, and they use that slow belly nigga. John Legend was on the Walgreens commercial talking about this is our shot to get back to normal. And they used Bill Russell and Walter Payton, dumbasses, before they died. Yeah, Walter Payton, Bill Russell. They used Monica, Tyra Banks to get you to take the juice. And the Apostle's been saying that.
We banned CBDCs while China made theirs pay interest. We are bringing a knife to a monetary policy gunfight, which might force Americans to adopt something they very rightfully don't want. And at Davos, while everyone was distracted by Trump's Greenland circus, the World Economic Forum launched the, of course, lovely sounding Connected Future Initiative. What is it? A program to advance digital public infrastructure, digital identity, digital payments, and security exchange platforms. And
as it's supposed to be. This is the Edomites race back to the bottom, man. The elites have no clue that they are racing their nation back to the bottom. Genesis 3 and 14. On your belly shall you go, and dust shall eat all days of thy life. They are racing back to the bottom. Like I said in Job 11 and 20, which is one of my favorite precepts, the best hope that the so-called white man guys just give up the ghost. You might well just kill yourself.
Secure data exchange platforms. Now, who are the partners? Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and over 200 organizations, whether Americans want it or not. They call it financial inclusion and convenience. But the WEF's own reports discuss using behavioral credentials, tracking your online behavior to verify your identity. And they admit digital ID is, by its nature, exclusionary, with risks of marginalization and oppression.
Hey, and as apostles, Elder Bishop Nettles always say, Elder Yahshua mentioned a lot. John the Revelator saw all this, man. He saw this.
ID being used to facilitate the identification, surveillance, and persecution of individuals or groups. Their own reports say this. The Coinbase CEO was at Davos bragging that 5 of the world's top 20 banks are already integrating crypto infrastructure. JP Morgan and PNC Bank are publicly partnered. The financial system is being rebuilt right now in front of our eyes. Programmable money with built-in control mechanisms. Digital IDs that track everything you do. A system where access is conditional and your money can be turned on or off. And it comes with a kill switch. So here's what's actually happening. They're not trying to save.
She said it come with a kill switch. Man, that's the Revelations 13 and 15. When you go, let me read it real quick. Man, it come with a kill switch. That's fire. Revelation 13 and 15, it reads, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, which is the system. And that's why the Lord said in Psalm 73 and 20, Asaph said, "O Lord, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise the image." This image is the system of the so-called white man. It's his image, literally, because they're going to be done away with. But this system is the image. That the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. When you go to the word kill, there's 2 definitions there. One of them say to be literally killed. The other one say to be omitted, which is be separated from the system.
The current system.
Oh, just like when you watch the movie Demolition Man.
Let that sink in. They seem
See, that's the press already seeped in. We already know this.
to be demolishing it on purpose. AI makes most workers economically obsolete, but they may not have decided what to do with billions of irrelevant people yet. UBI, gig serfdom, or flat out social collapse. At least they haven't told us what they plan to do yet. So while they figure it out,
See, where there is no vision, the people perish. Proverbs 29:18. The remnant already know. We already see it. It's already been written. Romans 15 and 4. We already know it. See, this is beautiful because these people have no clue of what's going on, man. They can tell you, they can give you the backdrop on what they see, but they don't understand that it's all prophecy. It was already written. The Lord had her to say that for us now. And we filtering through the scriptures. Man, this is fire.
They're building the control infrastructure first, because of course they are. Programmable money that can be restricted, expired, or turned off. Digital IDs that track your every transaction and movement, and surveillance networks sold as security and convenience.
And it's been only the apostles of GMS, Elder Bishop Nettles, that's been telling you that the talk now, what she's saying is what the apostle been saying for years. Nobody else is talking about this. The RFID micro C-HIP is the main talk right now. World War III. Them the 2 hot topics right now, man. I'm talking about amongst the Edomites. All you hear, Colonel McGregor, World War III. If they go into Iran, they're going to be annihilated. I was looking at the one article. It said, let's see if I can go back to it real quick. I was just reading it. It says, he said, if they go into Iran, they ain't going to leave. Hold on one second. Let me let this finish playing.
A fragmented world breaks into regional power blocks because unified global resistance is dangerous, but regional populations are manageable. That way, when they finally decide what to do with you, they'll already have the tools to manage it. And here's the part that should keep you up at night if it's not already doing that. The system they're building doesn't need your consent. It just needs your dependence. When your money is programmable, when your ID is required for every transaction, when the alternative is being locked out of the economy entirely, what choice do you have? They're not asking if you want this system. They're building it while you're distracted by AI headlines and job anxiety and TV and drama and whatever. They're betting that by the time you notice what's been constructed around you, you'll be too economically dependent to resist. So what do? First, stop believing the reskilling lie. Those 170 million jobs aren't coming. Plan accordingly. Second, watch what they're building, not what they're saying. CBDCs, digital IDs, gold accumulation. These are real indicators. Third, understand the system they're building doesn't need your consent, but it does need your participation, which means you have more power than they want you to believe. My name is Elizabeth Ann Stewart, and this is Geopolitics and Money.
See, now I'm about to subscribe to her ass. I got to tap on in. She talking good. So let me come back over here. Just drop that. I want to get on. Pull up this blue letter real quick and get a couple of these. Bear with me here. Botch patient Jordan dead. 34. Good. Her ugly ass, them big ass lips. Back to the spiritual realm you go. I'm gonna go to Revelation 13 and 15. Bear with me, I'm pull this up. Out of here. Lord called her ugly ass back to the spiritual realm. So let's look at this. So when you go here, it reads Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So when you go here to this word killed, I know they moved it one time and they split it up. So you got this one here. Yeah, they moved it. So they got one down here, G615, and the other one on the phone. It ain't like this. Where's the other one at? Salaki, I'm looking for this other one here. Because they split it. So let's look at this one first. I'm going to go to my phone. Hold on. Let's look at this one. Put it right here. So this one is to kill in any way, right? You got to slay. So hold on. These devils are something else, man. On the phone, they got both of them together. So right here. Okay. The other one is G2443. Let me go back. Let's go back. So the one G615 is to kill, literally. And the other one, I remember it's up here somewhere. Right here. They put it way up here. G2443. When you click on G2443, see it say, where is it? You got to click on G, I think 3588. Yeah, it say only significant renderings other than this, that, these are counted, right? So it's a only significant renderings. Then it got here the word omitted. It say The definite article, they say the sometimes to be supplied, at others omitted. So when you look up omitted, I pull up on the phone. This is omitted. Omitted definition. Here's the word. Omit. It say leave out or exclude someone or something, either intentionally or forgetfully. So it got the similar words that leave out, exclude, shut out, leave out, right? Delete, drop, cut, erase. So when you go to let's go back. So every time I read this, I think about when you go to 1 Corinthians, no, 2 Corinthians. Second Corinthians 4:8. So this word here, perplex, right? When you go to perplex, let's go to this. G639, which almost is the same as the G615 in Revelation 13 and 15. So it say here, so you're going to be without resources, to be in straits, to be in doubt, to be left wanting, to be embarrassed, to be in doubt, not to know which way to turn, to be at a loss with oneself, to be in doubt, not to know how to decide or what to do, to be perplexed. Strong definition reads, to have no way out, i.e., be at a loss mentally. So when this happens to those that, because it's going to be a lot that don't even take the sea help, then what? Man. So yeah, I just want to, I saw that a little while ago, and I'm like, man, I just want to make some points on that. So this is what the Lord is doing. He's destroying the people. He's taking away your comfort, your foundation. He's taking away your protection. He's taking away your support. As Isaiah, let me read this real quick. I'm going to close on this. Isaiah 3:1. For behold, the Lord Yahweh hosts doeth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the stale, the wholesale bread and the wholesale water. So before the Lord take away your food and water, because it's going to be a famine, he's taking away your foundation, your support, your protection, and your comfort. Then he's going to take away the food. So let's go to this. Oh, no, I mean to go to this in translation. So here is the NLT, right? It got the Lord, Yahweh of Heaven's army, will take away from Jerusalem and Judah everything they depend on, every bit of bread, every drop of water. Here NIV reads, see now the Lord, Yahweh Almighty, is about to take from Jerusalem and Judah both supply and support, all supplies of food and all supplies of water. See? Then you got the one here, the ESV. For behold, the Lord, power of hosts, is taken away from Jerusalem and Judah, support and supply, all support of bread and all support of water. So this was happening. So while Jake still want to lean on the system, man, the Lord is removing all this, man. The Lord is moving everything. Isaiah 65 gonna kick in for the remnant, but for everybody else, it's a wrap, man. So yeah, I just saw that. I want to make some points. The Lord was edifying. Let me give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rikak Wadash. The bonus to the apostles, the elder bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether accepted or not. In the sincere salutation to all the Akim, believing this truth and pushing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Akwath who are listening, learning. If you sis who are listening, learning. Till next time, I say shalom. Wa ba ba ba. I want to close with this. Ezekiel 4:16. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, They shall drink water by measure and with astonishment, that they may want bread and water, and be astunned one with another, and consume away for their iniquity. I got to get one more. Ezekiel 14 and 21. And to show you the Lord using the so-called white man to do this to 2/3. Ezekiel 14:21. For thus saith Yahweh power, how much more when I send my four sword judgments upon Jerusalem, the sword and the famine and the noisome beast and the pestilence, to cut off from it man and beast. Now look at this. Last one, Salakia. The Lord sent his four sword judgments. Who's going to bring it? Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed so-called white man. Look at this. Revelation 6 and 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him, and power was given unto him over the fourth part of the earth, which is America, Babylon the Great, Central and South America. What are you going to do, Lord? To kill with the sword, 1, and with hunger, 2, and with death, 3, and with the beasts of the field. Same thing is said in Ezekiel 14:21, the four sword judgments. The Lord is using the self-proclaimed so-called white man to destroy 2/3 of Jake. And Edomites and heathen nations is going to be collateral damage and casualties of war. The Lord is at Jake, man. Anyway, Shalom, Wa Baba.